Off to a quiet start to your Labor Day, but unfortunately, we do have a chance for a few storms today along a cold front. I'll time it all out for you coming up.
Frightened by the virus. Well, I'm frightened by the violence.
Family and friends now mourning the loss of a teen after a shooting in Warner Robins. What we know right now as the search continues for the suspect. Plus, Labor Day bringing big crowds to cities across the South. The impact of hosting large events as COVID-19 continues to surge.
It's about that time. In just a few minutes, Macon's annual Labor Day road race will kick off right here. In just a few minutes, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know.
Well, good Monday morning. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. You can see we're getting closer to fall. We're not even seeing the sun. The time is now 6:31 on this Labor Day. It is September the 6th. I'm Wanya Reese. We're going to go ahead and head on over to Courtney. How are things looking out there this morning?
Oh, not half bad. Yes, the days are getting shorter as we head closer to that autumnal equinox, which is on September 22nd, coming very, very quickly. If you are getting ready to head out the door this morning, for those of you who have to head to work, maybe you're about to head out to that road race in Macon, it is pretty mild out there, 70 right now in the city of Macon. Those dew points, unfortunately, are starting to go up a little bit. Well, it's not soupy out there. It's not as comfortable as those mornings were over the weekend where it was fantastic. 68 in Warner Robins, 72 in Montezuma. We're still in the low 60s in some spots like Gordon and in Wrightsville. A little bit warmer if you're west of 75 and then a little bit cooler if you're east of 75. Here's a look at those dew point temperatures. Again, the closer you get to 70, the more muggy it's going to feel. So we are starting to pick that humidity up, and that will be the case this week. We are going to be a little bit on the tropical feeling side this week as we head into the next few days. Speaking of the Labor Day road race, where Taylor Hicks is this morning, going to be a nice start in the low 70s. The fun run at 9:30, it'll be near 80, but overall it will be dry for the race. That won't be the case for the entire Labor Day holiday. I'll take you through our rain chance. That's in a few minutes.
A very good person. She didn't deserve what happened to her last night. She always loved family. She would always say, "I love you."
That's how loved ones describe 15-year-old Tanyla Johnson, who lost her life after a deadly shooting in Warner Robins this weekend. Police say it happened around 10 p.m. Saturday night. They responded to a call at Malden Court in Dunmurray Place for a large party. When they got there, someone fired shots into the crowd and drove away. One of those shots hit Johnson. She later died at the hospital. The teen lived in McDonough but came to Warner Robins this weekend just to visit family.
So much violence. You can't really seem to get away from it. You can't move away from it. You can't move around from it because it's everywhere.
Now, 4 other people got hurt during the shooting. They are expected to recover. There's no word on a suspect or suspects right now. This morning marks day 3 in the search for a man who fell into the Oconee River and has not been seen since. That's according to Mark McKinnon with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. Game wardens responded to the possible drowning around 2:30 Saturday afternoon. Witnesses told Wilkinson County authorities that a man overturned in a canoe just south of Balls Ferry State Park. The search continued until 8 last night. McKinnon says they will resume the search this morning. Looking ahead to what you can expect this week, jury selection continues for one of the inmates accused of killing 2 Georgia prison guards 4 years ago. We've covered this case since June of 2017. That's when Donnie Rowe and Ricky DuBose allegedly killed 2 guards on a prison bus in Putnam County and then escaped. Jurors are being selected in Grady County. The trial itself begins in Putnam. Right now, they've seated about half of the jury. Rowe faces the death penalty. Let's take a look at some news across the state. Athens-Clarke County wants to find this man right here on your screen. The police department, they say 21-year-old Pharaoh Williams opened fire into a crowd in a busy part of downtown Athens. Police got the call early yesterday morning to the East Clayton Street and North Jackson Street area. That's just a couple blocks from the University of Georgia's Arch. They say a fight broke out before the shooting started. 7 people got hurt, but they're all expected to be okay. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for any information leading to Williams' arrest. A long-standing hotel at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport is now gone. Crews imploded the building. You see it right there coming down yesterday with hundreds of pounds of dynamite. The 19-acre Sheraton Hotel closed in 2017, and the city of Atlanta bought it for $17 million. The property is expected to be used as part of an airport expansion project. The remaining areas of the hotel and conference center will be demolished at a later date. All right, now to the latest on COVID-19. On July 4th, the average number of daily COVID-19 cases was under 12,500. 2 months later, they jumped to more than 160,000. That's an increase of more than 1,000%. But the situation, it's much dire here in Georgia. The state's ICU beds are almost completely full. The Department of Public Health reports 95% of those beds are currently in use amid the latest COVID-19 surge. The agency also says nearly 3,000 hospital beds in total are in use across the state. The state reports more than 1.1 million positive COVID-19 cases since the pandemic began. A little more than 20,000 people have died due to the virus. Well, the COVID-19 surge has all Bibb County students staying home for school after this Labor Day holiday. The district says starting tomorrow, all students will start at least 2 weeks of remote learning. They're scheduled to return to the classroom on September the 20th. The district made the announcement last week saying the decision is to help cut the spread of COVID-19 in the county. Extracurricular and athletic programs will continue during the 2-week period. As Lawrence County students get ready to head back to the classroom tomorrow, they'll need to pack a face mask before they leave home. The district reversed its mask protocol last week after seeing a rise in COVID positivity rates across Lawrence County. They say anyone entering a Lawrence County school will have to mask up regardless of vaccination status. The district also made changes for students required to quarantine. You can find those details on our website. You know where to go. That's 13wmaz.com. Well, for 20 Mercer students, fighting fear and misinformation over vaccines is their mission. The Interfaith Youth Corps selected them as part of students at 117 colleges across the country for the National Faith in the Vaccine Ambassadors Project. Taylor Hicks spoke with some of the ambassadors over at Mercer about the goal of this project and how it's been going so far.
Just a few months ago, Erica Thomas was hesitant to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
I know I've had plenty of people in my family actually pass away from the virus itself. I'm actually attending a funeral tomorrow, so I just knew that I couldn't continue on not getting vaccinated.
Thomas says she saw how COVID-19 was impacting those around her, so she began to educate herself.
I had to get vaccinated to not only protect myself, but protect my fellow students, protect my family.
Now she's encouraging others to do the same through the National Faith in the Vaccine Ambassadors Project.
We're a cohort of students who were selected last May, basically just to get the word out about the vaccine, debunk some myths about the vaccine that many people may have.
The Faith in the Vaccine Ambassadors Program is sponsored by a group called the Interfaith Youth Corps. It has the idea that people from all different faith traditions and no faith traditions can work together on important projects for the common good.
Marlene Flaming, Associate Professor of Religion, and Jose Pinto, Associate Professor of Spanish, co-lead the program for Mercer. Flaming says the organization did a study that showed Black, Native American, and Latino communities and politically and religiously conservative white communities are more likely to be hesitant about the vaccine.
The idea is that working with religious organizations, with churches, that we might be able to reach people that have the lower vaccine uptake.
Komal Gandhi is also an ambassador and says variants turn up the urgency.
Now more than ever before, I think our addressing vaccine hesitancy plays a pivotal role in helping people stay healthy, and all of this stuff amounts to the country going back on track. So it really does feel great to know that you're part of a national movement.
Only in Georgia, according to the CDC, only 42% of the population has been fully vaccinated. So we are behind. So the work that the ambassadors do is really great.
On September 11th, they are partnering with One Macon to host a COVID-19 vaccine town hall, where they will answer questions that people have about the vaccine and offer the vaccine to people that want it. Reporting in Macon, Taylor Hicks, 13 WMAZ News.
The town hall on vaccines is at the Rosa Jackson Community Center from 11:30 a.m. to noon on Saturday, September 11th, like Taylor just mentioned. The Labor Day holiday isn't putting an end to vaccination opportunities in Central Georgia. There's a couple changes for you to roll up your sleeves today. The North Central Health District says it will offer COVID-19 vaccines at the Baldwin County Health Department. That's on Ireland Drive in Milledgeville. It's happening from 9 a.m. to noon. You can also head to the Faith in Action Church in Eastman. Health workers there will give out vaccines from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You do not need an appointment for either clinic. Well, the time is now 6:40 a.m. and I'm wondering what people are doing for this Labor Day holiday. So you might have to ask that on your morning cup with Courtney.
Right.
I might ask it on my Facebook page. Are you grilling out? What are you doing?
I think a lot of people, from what I've heard, are actually working, weirdly enough. You
True.
know, hey, I mean, we can relate. We're there with you.
We're there with you.
I feel like a lot of people might even be like recovering from this busy football weekend. You know what I mean? Today,
Go Dogs.
Hey, go Dogs. They did a great job on Saturday. So, you know, it was a good weekend for Dogs fans, that's for sure. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Monday morning, whether you do have to head out to work or maybe you're about to head out to that road race that morning reporter Taylor Hicks will be live from very soon. Right now, quiet out there, but that will change, and that will be thanks to a cold front that is going to push through the area as we go through the day today. Right now, offering rain to parts of northwest Georgia, and naturally, as this starts to sink to the southeast throughout the day today, it will offer us a shower and storm chance. Of course, mentioned that Labor Day road race in Macon. It is back this year after, of course, being canceled last year. And if you are getting ready to head out the door for that, I'm sure a lot of you already have made your way out the door. 7:30 is when the race kicks off. It's going to be great. Temperatures in the low 70s, a little bit more muggy than what we experienced this weekend, but nonetheless going to be dry. By 9:30, the fun run kicks off. Temperatures will be near 80, and by the time everything comes to an end this morning around 11 for the race, temperatures will be in the low 80s as well. You're looking out over Lake Lanier. If your plans take you to the lake or any water source today, the pool, the river, it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be warm, but of course, with that cold front moving through, we are going to have that chance for afternoon storms. So we should stay dry through around lunchtime, but beyond that, we will introduce a chance for just a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Nothing severe today, but either way, if you are doing anything outside and storms start to roll through, head inside, wait for the storms to pass, and then you can go back outdoors. You don't want to be outside when thunderstorms are rolling through. I've talked about it before. Lightning can be 5 times hotter than the sun. Very, very dangerous. So you do want to make sure that you are indoors if storms roll through. We'll time it all out for you again. Once we head past lunchtime, that's when we'll open up that window of opportunity for a few storms out ahead of our front. If you plan on barbecuing tonight for dinner, a couple of lingering storms will be possible, and that will be the case even through the overnight hours. So this front's going to be a very slow mover. In fact, it's going to stall over the area as we head into tomorrow. So that will keep us unsettled for your Tuesday as well. So for all of you heading back to work tomorrow, be sure that you're packing that rain gear. Put that umbrella in the car and keep it handy, because this front might fizzle apart, but what's going to be happening is we're going to be pumping in a lot of tropical moisture out ahead of another front that's going to keep our rain chances pretty elevated as we go through this week. You could see Wednesday and Thursday with a 50 and 60% coverage, but just in time for the end of the week, we'll start to dry out a little bit. Now, some of that rain is going to be thanks to a tropical wave that's going to approach the Gulf Coast. Our front is going to essentially absorb it, so it's going to prevent this wave from turning into any kind of named storm, but it is going to leave us and the Gulf Coast pretty rainy as we head into the end of the week. Your 7-day forecast looks like this: upper 80s and low 90s to go around. Going to be a bit unsettled this work week, so again, have that umbrella with you. We'll dry out just in time for the weekend, and we'll wake up to temperatures in the 60s by Friday.